Hi there. I'm Matt Vanacoro, and I'm really excited to dive into the Roli environment of music making with you. There is so much out there in terms of what you can do with Roli, from blocks to seaboard, from equator to noise. There are so many options and so many awesome ways of making music. We'll jump into a little bit of everything in this course, from the noise interface to using noise as a DAW and creating and crafting your own loops and exporting your music, all the way through performing live using equator and a PC and the most powerful aspects of sound design using these different Roli products. So what you can see in front of me right now is I've got an array of blocks. In the center of everything, I've got the Seaboard Block, which is sort of a shrunk down seaboard minus a couple of controls that are now picked up handily by the other various blocks connected to it. If you take a look here in the upper left corner, you'll see that I've got a loop block. And a loop block handles a lot of the functions that are related to using your loops and using the DAWs, recording, overdubbing, turning the click on and off, things like that. Underneath it, I've got a light pad block. And a light pad block is truly a chameleon. It can be everything from an MPC style sample trigger all the way to a drum pad, as you saw, to a scale-based keyboard instrument where you can actually play riffs and play bass lines and melodies and chords and everything you could want. And you can even use it to trigger different effects, like an XY pad. So this is a real chameleon of the bunch. In the bottom right corner, I've got the live block. And that is for when I'm performing live or when I'm actually tracking and I want to shift things like the scale, the key signature. I want to go up or down octaves and things like that. I can use that block as well. Now, there's also a Seaboard Rise and a Seaboard Grand, so these full-size Seaboard, but fortunately, they use the same type of interface with noise and with equator that the Seaboard Block does, just with a couple more keys and a lot more space to move around and some controls that are hardwired into the device instead of having to use the blocks attached to the side. So there's a lot to go on with this course, and I'm going to focus mostly on what you see in front of you. We'll take a look at the Seaboard Rise once we get into equator, but there's very little that you can do with the Seaboard Rise that you can't do with the Seaboard Block and a light pad block at your side. So the great news is that you can have any configuration of these devices and still get a lot out of this course. So I'm really excited to dive in. I'm sure you are too. Let's get to it.